My name is Tiara Kane. I am from Montgomery, Alabama.
My name is Leishiana. I'm 20 years old and I'm from Mobile, Alabama.
Your man D Hall checking in. Derek Lee Hall, full name. I am 36 years old. March 31st, 2023. I will be 37. Yeah.
I have been singing since I was a kid, so I say like 4 or 5.
How can I love somebody else if I can't love myself enough to know?
First time I sang in front of an audience was at church. I was like 7. Youth choir. I remember the song exactly. It was Faith by Kirk Franklin. So yeah, that was the song I sang on Sunday. That was my first time ever singing in front of anybody, like a big audience.
The first time I sang in front of an audience was in 2nd grade. I did the talent show. And I remember I sung the national anthem, so they put me in the front. And my mama made me, I had on like this dance dress, and then she made like this little ribbon that tied around, and it was red, white, and blue. 2008. I remember that's when Camp Rock came out, and I started being a big fan of Demi Lovato, and I used to watch her performances and like watch her music videos on YouTube, and then I was just like, I think that's when I knew I wanted to be famous. But once I knew I wanted to be an artist was when I met my engineer.
I knew I wanted to be an artist like kind of early on for the simple fact of like the passion for it. One thing about it, when music comes to you as easy as it does me or other artists that you've heard of, do the music that they do, yeah, you find out like, your gifts will make room for you. And so, yeah, after I realized like, okay, everybody was trying to rap that I grew up around and stuff like that. Now I was the only singer, so that singing kind of stood out. And once I seen that, the response is different, and no disrespect to the rappers or anything like that, but response different when the cat rapping, and then you got a cat that's singing to you, but look like he rap, So yeah, man.
You is love and affection. Maybe a little caressing if you don't mind, girl.
The challenges of being an artist, for me, I would probably say like support. Just having that support from everybody. Everybody has their favorite. And so someone like me I've been on the scene, but it's just like I've been in and out of it. So it's like I don't have that fan base that everybody else has. So I would say like just the support and the building of the fan base. More so because I feel like I don't get enough opportunities to like really showcase my talents and what I had to offer as an artist.
Oh, the challenges of being an artist, man, when I tell you, it's just being resilient and consistent. To me, that's the biggest challenge, like being consistent. Because the thing is, you can have all the resources in the world, but if life gets you down all the time and you constantly make excuses to why you can't do something or why you can't perform, then it'll hinder you, for your longevity, because the people that making the music for, they look forward to hearing from you, and don't rob the world of who you are. So the biggest thing, like me personally, that I kind of struggle with is just consistency, pushing, driving, even if somebody don't nobody like the music or whatever, just keep putting it out there and being consistent and letting the folks know and whoever rocking out with you that, hey, I'm gonna keep coming, Y'all keep listening.
To be a successful artist, it takes dedication, consistency. I feel like consistency is number one, and motivation. You have to push yourself and drive yourself to what you want, because if you just sit and not do nothing the whole time, you're not gonna get nowhere.
To be a successful artist, I feel that it takes you knowing like what your brand is, what makes you different from everybody else, and what you want people to see in you as an artist.
In order to be successful, like we spoke on earlier, just being consistent. You can't be successful if you're not consistent and got a regimen. You consistently set goals and you have ideas for what you want to do for the future, as well as having a game plan for like how you want to execute like what you're doing right now. One thing about it with the music is forever evolving, forever changing. You gotta be in tune with the times and also be in tune with yourself. So that way, your mind is focused and you can create like you want to and, get a focus your best.
Whenever I'm down, I call on you, my friend. A helping hand you lend in my time of need. So I'm calling you now, just to make it through. What else can I do? Don't you hear my plea?
So knowing the business side of it versus like just the talent, like I said, knowing your worth, not settling for just anything. Like I said, it's money to be made in it. And people that know you, sometimes they try to get over on you. You just basically, like, you want to handle it like any other business. You want to be prompt. You want to be upfront and honest about whatever your intentions are. Because the talent side of it is just always going to be there. If you know, like, okay, I got the talent, like, I'm good. Like, that's just always going to be there. But sometimes people will sleep on your talent and they'll put you in this little box when really your talent and you as a person is just bigger than the box. So basically, just be aware of when people are trying to use you or when people are trying to abuse you and your talent and when they're trying to walk over you. So, yeah.
I put it to you like this. If you want to make money in this and have longevity in it, know your business. If you want to do this as a hobby and just go along through life and still got to work a 9 to 5 or whatever, don't know the business because you're going to get screwed over. One thing about it, man, you know what I'm saying? Once you know the business, everything else, nothing is personal. It's just business, you know what I'm saying? You got to know what numbers you split. You got to know what kind of money is coming in for show splits, merchandise and everything like that. And if you sign to a label, what percentages they getting as far as like publishing and writers credits and all that good stuff like that. But you got to know the business. I would say like OG told me, man, the music game nowadays is 10% talent, 90% business.
Yeah, the writing's on the wall. Let me know that you're ready.
My biggest sacrifice is when I tried to do music full time without working. Cause I didn't have no income. I wasn't getting booked nowhere. But I was still focused on music. Like, so I feel like that's my biggest sacrifice.
Well, right now in my world, the biggest sacrifice that I have right now is time away from my child. Because I am on the road on the weekends. I am gigging just about every weekend. And so, like, I work every day. I work Monday through Friday. Then Saturday comes, I'm on the road, going to a gig or whatever. And that's time away from my child because I gotta go. I gotta go make the shmoney.
Me personally, my personally biggest sacrifice in music is just the money aspect. One thing about it, I'm a man of balance. I'm married, I got a family, a wife and kids and everything like that. So I believe if you don't have balance with anything, everything not gonna work to its full capacity because something always gonna go lacking. And your mind gonna be on what's lacking versus being fully aware of whatever you gotta focus in on. So me personally, it's just, you gotta have balance for real. And then just the sacrifice of just the money being that, I have a household to take care of, that money that, going for the marketing and stuff like that, and the studio time, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes even with time, besides money, you know, that quality time when I gotta be in the studio or I gotta zone in or whatever because I'm trying to lock in on these songs and stuff like that, you know? So just, yeah, more so I would say the money, because one thing about me, I'm gonna create that time or whatever, make sure ain't nobody lacking in the household. But the funds to be able to just splurge and, you know, buy Burmans and Birkin bags and all that stuff like that, you know, for the wifey. And, you know, it just, yeah, it be kind of spread, you know, I ain't gonna say spread few and far between, but just, you know, we have to prioritize as a family and stuff like that. And that's one thing I love about wifey. She gonna make sure I'm straight, but at the same time, as a real man in the household, I'm gonna make sure she's straight too. So yeah, the money.
What motivates me is maybe just knowing that I can do it. Knowing that it's something that could potentially change my life forever. Like having like that faith and knowing that this is something I'm good at. It's something I was born doing. Nobody could ever take it away from me. So just knowing that because it's something that I'm good at and something that I can do, like it could change my world if I come into contact with the right people, the right ears, the right people. Like it could change my whole world and open up new doors for me.
My passion motivates me. And just the people that I'm surrounded by.
What motivates me to continue to strive is just the fact that I can leave something behind for my kids. Something that they can, you know, when I'm long gone over there, they were like, man, daddy did this. We got pictures of, you know, daddy doing the music. And also, you know, the fact that I feel like the music that I create is a message that needs to be heard. I do R&B, you know, but at the same time, I tell stories, but I tell stories that, you know, aren't ones that aren't normally told. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of times with your R&B is more sexually focused and everything like that. And I'm not saying that doesn't have its place or whatever. Of course it does. You know what I'm saying? That's what R&B is or whatever. But at the same time, R&B that I grew up on told stories. You know what I'm saying? And then it led up to a love making process and everything. But at the same time, you had your fights. You had your days where you ain't like each other and stuff like that. But it was really about love and just the story of love between two individuals. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, just yeah. Anybody that's coming up, first and foremost, just realize like, is this what you really want to do? You know, one thing about it, it's so much work and hours and money, especially money, that goes into this. And a lot of times you can get discouraged if you in your mind think this particular song or project is supposed to blow and it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? One thing you got to know, you got to keep investing. All it takes is that one song, that one album, that one whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it can change your whole life, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be consistent and you got to be persistent. You got to make sure you're keeping up with the times, keeping up with the sound, and also staying true to yourself. One thing about it, if you're doing this music stuff and you don't know who you are, you won't have longevity in it because you're just going to kind of genre hop, I say like that. Because you're just looking for whatever you think is going to sell versus just you creating your own lane, your own brand, and riding it out. You know what I'm saying?
I would just say stay true to yourself. Don't let anything on the outside influence you. Know who you are in what you're doing. Know what type of artist you are. Don't let anybody cloud your appearance or who you are. Always try to find different ways to be different. Like figure out what sets you apart.
I would tell an upcoming artist not to give up. Your hard work is really gonna pay off as long as you keep striving and keep going. And don't look for support because I mean it's good to have it, but most of the time people who you feel like should support you, they're not. So don't look for it. And I feel like your haters gonna be your biggest supporters.
They will find me on Facebook and Instagram. I have a music page on Instagram. It's Kiera Kane Music with a Q at the end. And then Facebook is just Kiera Nicole or Vanessa Nicole Kane. Either or.
They can find me on Facebook at Lisha Anna, LISHIA ANNA, and Instagram Lishiana _ LISHIANNA_.
You can find me D Hall the Singer, and that's DHALLDASANGA. You know what I'm saying, on Facebook. You know what I'm saying. Also on Instagram, I am the official D Hall.
My history left to right. Spend the night with me. I'll change your mind. But I said no, I gotta go, 'cause I'm better off with time.